Hello, hello everyone. This is Jana from the Endless Blue podcast. We explore the benefits of diving into the ocean and into yourself. Let's rethink how we deal with ourselves and our existence. We have Antonio. Thank you so much, Antonio, for joining. It's such an honor having you.
Oh, it's my pleasure. It's if I can help, it's good.
Yeah, great. For sure. You help a lot of people, and that's also what I want to talk today about, because it's really amazing the work you do, and you helped also me a lot in my journey. And first of all, I always want to start the session with 3 deep breaths. So it's just to come to the here and now and release of everything which was before, about maybe we had a stressful moment, maybe we're thinking about work or whatever, to just come completely to the here and now. So it's just inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. And if you can, just use the belly for that. And inhale, big belly. And then you can rise to the chest as well and let it go. And if there's still some tension left, one last deep breath. Good. So that's what we do in freediving. Every time we make a deep dive, that's where it comes from, to prepare with ourselves with breath.
I do it a lot because I have been studying about sleep and breathing and all those kinds of stuff. So usually that's what I do. So it's really good.
Oh, really? I didn't know you studied about breath as well.
Yes, I think it started when I had a free diving course, not a free diving for surfers, apnea. And then I think from that moment on, I think I start to understand or better how can I breathe better. And so even when I'm training hard, as I did this morning, I always use some techniques to relax and also to put more oxygen in my blood. So it's good.
Yeah, it's great. Well, it's so good to hear you use it too. Yeah, I love it. It really helped me in so many areas of my life, the breath. First of all, Antonia, I would ask you to present yourself for everybody who doesn't know you, to know a little bit what you do.
Okay, so my name is Antonio. I'm 55. I'm married. I have 2 kids, grown up. I have a dog, which is a recent acquisition in my family. I'm a surfer, and I think what changed my life was being a surfer and understanding the powerful things that we can bring out of the ocean and that we can learn, sometimes to be resilient, sometimes to deal with our missteps, sometimes to work on our brain plasticity. So it has been a long journey. So I think actually it was 10 years. No, it was more than 10 years ago. It was, I think when I finished my college, I decided to do something that I really loved. It has to do with surf. And so from that moment on, I moved towards surf. So this to say that I had a surf company that used to organize the surf events in Portugal. Then I had a free surf magazine, the only one that we had in Portugal so far. And then I wrote a couple of books on surfing and then a novel later on. So 10 years ago, I think around this time of the year, mid-August, I decided that I don't want to be a business person anymore. And I start thinking, how can I give back using something that I love, which is surf as a tool. And so I started this project that you are participating in the 4th edition, which is called Surf Social Wave, which is an NGO that works with unemployed people and uses surf as a tool. So this is a very, how do you say it, long story short. I think something that I need to say also, and because this is important to say, is that this is like my 3 minutes of things that went really well. The rest of it is just failures, but the failures also make part of the journey, and it has been an amazing journey.
Yeah. Yeah, I always admire that you have so many like ideas, and you call yourself also like a life dreamer, right? And that's so beautiful, because I think, you give the people back that belief in themselves, that they can dream about something bigger. And also beautiful to see how you like said a businessman, and then you're giving back. That's so beautiful, and I think that's how life should work. No, we learn something. There's a famous quote from Picasso: "You learn something, you find your gift, and then you share it with others."
Yes.
Yeah. I think that's beautiful. I always admire you, because you also, I mean, you do actually, I think most of the time, social wave, which is really a big project, but you're balancing like also other projects at the same time. So you just launched a new book on the meanwhile.
Yes. So I wrote. I wrote a novel a couple of years ago. It went well, and then I love writing. So I think it's part of who I am. And then I wrote another one, and I think I decided to just give it to anyone who wants to read it. So it's for free. It's online. I think that being sometimes, I cannot call myself that, but writing books or writing stories, if you want, sometimes it's about sharing experiences, it's about sharing feelings, it's about sharing smells, it's about also allow other people to dream about the story, dream about the moment. And so I think this has been part of my life since I remember. I think at this point I'm writing 2 other books at the same time. Now, I think different. So sometimes small stories. Sometimes I'm writing a book about, I think, myself and my journey through life, which has been an amazing exercise actually, because I started studying and understanding some things that I think I understood it before, but when you write something down, it's like it makes it more real. It's more material, and you need to articulate better the word, because it's different from thinking or speaking. And so it has been also a good journey so far on this writing thing that I have.
Wow, I always admire. I was just talking with Tommy in the car. It's like I'm going to interview Antonio. And he said, "Oh, I'm always like so impressed how he's managing his week to stay focused on so many different things he's doing at the same time."
Yeah,
Is that a challenge?
I think for me, more and more, I usually say this because it's actually what I feel. Is that my life? It's so my days are small boxes.
Mm-hmm.
And so my way to deal with my time is that I put everything in a small box, and when I'm there, I'm completely focused on what I'm doing. So that allows me to be, I think, more efficient, to be more focused, to be more connected on what I'm doing. And then when I move from this box to another box, it's a different issue. So, which is good. Sometimes I need to move the boxes around the day just to make sure that I can do everything that I want to do. But in the end, it's more like this. It's very simple in the end, I think.
That's a good tip, though. So your boxes are in the moment it's writing and it's surf social wave. And I mean, you teach surf lessons as well, or you have a lot of more boxes?
Yeah, well, I'm a family person. I have a dog. I have friends. I run. I exercise a lot. I surf a lot. Also, not in the summer because we don't have waves, but usually I surf like 4 times a week. And and I do some. So sometimes I teach some lessons in university, and so that moment is just for that thing. And this is really good because in the end, I think it's like when the same. Well, I'm not completely sure, but it's the same when you're free diving. If you're focused on that moment, you are there 100%. So it's the best way to keep yourself safe, to make sure that you can go as deep as you want and return safely, and that you absorb everything the ocean and the moment is giving you. I think this is
Yeah.
for me today what I try to do. And sometimes we have lots of things coming around in our daily life, and like as now, phone ringing, and now I'm here. I don't care. So I will return the call in when I finish, and then it's another moment. But so far,
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, then we're going to talk later about this surf. Maybe that's a good thing you learned from the ocean, right? Like focus, which is a really good one. Yeah, that's I think a wonderful thing that you learn like so many things from surfing, which you can apply to your everyday life, right?
Yeah.
I read that on your site. I thought that's like, oh, surfing is like that tool, and like you can like put it to. Is there something we say it's the best thing you learned from surfing, which you use in your job? Like you say, like for example, I think to get in the boxes and like to just stay focused, I think that's a constant training which you can just practice every day out in the ocean. Then you go back. It's for me like this, you know. I was also preparing here for the call, and then I was like, my phone rang, an email came. Like, no, I'm still in my. I didn't know. Box is a good visual thing, I have to say, but it's for sure I learned from freediving. It's now we're here, back in here. We are not going to call the mother back and the work and the coaching, and that's not. We are just here. I think that's something I really learned from the ocean. Is it for you that like that? It's a practice from the ocean.
Yeah, I do. I think when you're so I think one of the things that people don't do really good is that they don't transfer their learnings, which means that something that imagine that you are a really good surfer or you are really good on doing something, and then you feel that you're a failure on other things. But sometimes you just need to understand what you can do good and how you do it, and how can you transfer to other part of your lives. I think for us and for me personally, I think surfing it's a really good thing because you learn so many things when you're surfing. So you need to choose the wave, which means that you need to take a decision. You need to choose if you go right or left. You need to choose if you go up or down, and all of this all together helps you to take decisions. And then on your professional life, let's say you are like, oh, I don't know what to decide. So use the same principle that you use when you're surfing. Either sometimes surfing is just for the pleasure of it, but well, you can compete also, but you need to learn how to transfer. It's like you are surfing, and you need to be actually really focused when you're surfing, because if the set is coming and you're distracted, you will be underwater really fast. Or if you are being pulled by the string, also for the current, you still be really fast out of place. So then if you think a little bit about that in your life, and maybe you can transfer this focus in being in the moment when you're writing an email, when you're speaking with someone, when you're preparing yourself for an interview, or when you're starting your own project. You just need to, I think, everybody has a talent, right? So you just need to understand where is your talent, and how can you transfer your talent to different stuff of your life. I think this is one of the keys that we use, and it has been, I believe, very useful for people, that they try to understand, okay, I'm good at it, so how can I transfer this to other parts of my life? So I don't, sometimes people are not very assured of themselves. They have like the imposter syndrome or something like that. And then you go surfing, and then, oh, but you just stood up and you surfed the wave. So what's the difference? And if you think a little bit, the difference is the environment, right, where you are. But if it's not about the environment, it's just everything, it's in you. So you just need to make sure that you can transfer it. So for me, I think I understand this powerful thing when I'm going to surf, and how I feel when I'm surfing. If it's too big and I'm a little bit afraid, or if it's too messy and I don't really know where to go. And then, okay, this also happens in my professional life. Sometimes things are really messy and we don't know actually what to do, what is the next step. And then, okay, what did I did when I went surfing. So I paddle out
Yeah.
and try to navigate around the waves and the currents and the waves coming from all places. And then I choose one. It didn't work. I failed. And then I went back again and tried again. And then, okay, why can I not do this in my professional lives? And I think this is really has been a powerful tool for some people. And I think it's a learning curve for everybody.
Yeah. Yeah, that's beautiful. Yeah, before I want to dive into the project, I just saw again, like I remembered you studied, the first thing what you did is like studying philosophy. And then you did a lot of like master or postgrados. I don't know.
Yeah.
How's that going? Like, I mean, how is like so many talents, or why did you make? Is it useful for you to have so many postgrad? Because like quite a lot in different directions, also a bit.
Yeah. So I'm a curious person, so I love to learn. And I love to hear people and what they can bring to me. And yeah, so I took philosophy, which was a really good bachelor's, and it was really good. I think it opened my mind to, I think, maybe two main things throughout my life. The first is to have a perspective, a time-wise perspective, because lots of things that sometimes stressed us as in the daily basis or in the environment basis, they already happen, and mankind has been repeating cycles from time to time. And I think when you study philosophers that were lived 10,000 years ago or 5,000 years ago, and then you think, oh, actually they said something that it's today also true. I always remember Aristotle's, and when he speaks about friendship and what he says, it's exactly the same that happens today. And then, so we didn't change that much. I think this is also one of the learnings. And the second thing is that I believe when you study philosophy, well, not all people for sure, but you learn to ask questions and to have doubts. And this is really good, because more and more, I think we live in the era of information, but we are very, very uninformed about what's happening in the world. And mainly it's because we don't have the ability to have doubts or to put questions out, because we are afraid, because actually I think most of the people don't know how to do a good question. I think this is a conversation, although that goes also to AI these days, is because I think AI, it's not quite a threat. It's a tool, as any other tool, but you need to know how to use it. And knowing how to use it, it's mainly, in my opinion, to make questions, to ask questions, to do the right questions. And I think this is it. So, but I study a lot, and I'm a very curious person, and I think I always love to learn new things. I believe that for me, every day I learn a new thing, and it's very positive in my life, and it's also a way to, I would say, understand more and more, mainly about me and about myself. So it has been a journey. Now my journey now, it's in neuroscience, which is really good.
Oh wow!
And yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think so. So I took my master's 2 years ago, actually, and now I've been being more and more curious about how the brain works, and how can I learn more about the way the brain works, and the way we take decisions. Why do we take specific decisions? How do we feel when we feel stressed? And so I'm just a beginner, but I'm curious, and I've been learning really good things.
Oh, that's wonderful. Didn't know about that one. So nice to hear. Wow. Yeah, because it's always like about this, is it worth it? Take another master, is it worth it? But I also think it's like, you never know where it leads you. I mean, I went to Lisbon, Belas Artes, and it like flipped my life, just because I found a good question, because they work a lot with this philosophy, is what you said. I found the question, how can you get a benefit from the ocean? It took me a very long time to find that question, but it's the question which I found and it's still today my question. It's like, yeah. And it's so beautiful how you share the benefit of the ocean with your people. And we're talking about all the time about the project. but people maybe don't really have understand yet what the project is. Maybe you can like summarize the project a little bit for everybody who doesn't know nothing about it.
Okay, it sounds good. So we have a program that it's called Program Serve for Employability that runs in Nova SBA and Carcavelos, and we do like 4 programs a year. And the program today has these 4, I would say, main stages, if you want. So the first stage, it's called Disconstruction, and the goal is to challenge people to break the barriers that stop them to do what they want to do. Things like, I don't have the time, I don't have the money, I don't have, all the excuses that we find out in our lives to procrastinate something that we really want to do. And I think for on this part, we work mainly on group coaching sessions. We receive some speakers that have like out of the box lives. And so we use surf. So people do surf and yoga twice a week. And so the goal is just mainly to challenge people to look at themselves. Actually, these days, I think one of the things that we keep on saying is that this is called smiling to the mirror. And the goal is to ask people if when you wake up in the morning, you smile to the mirror or not. And it's crazy because most of the people don't do it. And I think this is like the symptom of modern times, which means we don't take the time to look at ourselves. And if we don't recognize ourselves, it's very difficult to make sure that we can do any other things. And so the goal is look at yourself, recognize the things that you love, the things that you don't like, the things that you can change, and the things that you cannot change, and then accept and embrace what you are. I think this is the first moment. And then the second, so it lasts a week. The second moment of the program, it's called Construction, and the goal is to challenge people to think about what they want to do next. So this is for unemployed people, sometimes students, or sometimes also people that are just starting some new project. And the goal is to ask questions and ask questions that make people realize if actually what they want to do, it's really what they want to do. Because I think in these days, we keep on desiring stuff that we don't really understand. It's the same principle like we desire like a pair of sneakers, a new phone, a new computer, whatever. And then we just never think about why do we want that. And then we use exactly the same principle when we are looking for a job. You want to work in a company because you feel that you like the brand, but you never go there and try to understand more about how it works in gender equality, in salary, if you can have hybrid work, if you can have mobility, what happens if you are a dad or a mom, the company gives you training. So this is something that usually happens, and this is the questions that we invite people to do to them about their own dream. And also if you are an entrepreneur, it's like, because people fantasize a lot about being an entrepreneur. It looks like everything is perfect, every day it's amazing, and and sometimes it's really hard. And then people need to understand if they are really prepared to take that step. Because I can speak about myself. There is lots of days that I just want to sit down in the corner and cry because it's really hard. Yeah. And I think people don't realize this. And so we ask them questions. This is a very funny week because we ask people to say in the first day what they want to do, and then in the last day they need to do it again. And lots of people change their projects because they feel that, oh, maybe I'm not prepared to be an entrepreneur. Maybe I don't want to work in that company. Maybe I want to be. I don't want to work in that area because I understand more about that area. I think this is the key point of the second week, which is the construction. Then we have 3 weeks that it's called the tools, and the goal is to give training in several big areas, let's say finances, economics, and accountability and accounting, management and planning, marketing and communication, entrepreneurship, and how to find a job. And then there is lots. So in this block there. We have like lots of way different things, and we keep on introducing things like writing, like we have a collage session these days. We have some also we keep on receiving speakers, and we keep on surfing.
Beautiful.
And so we've been doing lots of different things. And then in the last day, the goal is to challenge people to do a pitch on their project. The goal is just to present what they've been working on to an external jury. We have like a very small prize purse to the best pitch.
Oh, nice.
And it's like a 3-minute speech, really like Shark Tank. And the program finishes there. So during this period, we also have like 4 coaching sessions per person, and that they can use to sort out what they want to sort out on their lives or on their professional lives. And that's it. And then the program in the present moment finishes here. So I just need to say that the program it's presential, so you need to be there in person. It's open to people with more than 18 that are unemployed or students, and it doesn't have a cost to the participants, though it costs, as you can imagine, everything. It takes place on a beautiful place. I think our program was the first one that was full there, which is Nova SPE, which is one of the top business universities in the world. And we have a tunnel to the beach, which is pretty good.
Amazing.
And these days, because it was different from when you did the program, we have a space inside Nova, which is surf lockers. They have like hot showers after the surf. It's really
so cool.
It's really good. Yeah. And then so when the program finishes, we keep on. So we build up a community. We give like mentorship for 16 weeks for the projects. And so it has been rolling like this. So we finished last week the 30th edition.
Wow! Congratulations!
Yeah. So you are on the 4th. So it's a long time. Yeah. And we will still have one more edition this year in November, December. And so it's some of the programs are international. We either do the programs in Portuguese or we do it in English, depending on the group. You need to apply. It's something that it's also important. You apply for the program, you have an interview, and then based on an interview, you are selected or not. And we receive today up to 12 people per program. So this is what I do. It takes me, I would say, 75% of my time, which is also good because I love what I do. And it's very rewarding to have some, to understand that sometimes you are doing something that you love, you can have like a positive impact in other people. And this is really good.
Yeah, you really do. I mean, I'm so grateful for you taking me to that program. And it's so funny because now you're talking about that construction and deconstruction part. And I'm thinking back on my program. And in the beginning, I had this vast idea, which was so unconcrete and it was really cool, but it was like so like artsy. You know, I came from art school, so it was like, whoa, like, you know, everything. And you like put me down into the real world. And I think that was the beautiful thing about taking a dream, but making it like applicable to real life. Yeah. And I just recently found it and I saw the pitch from myself and I was like, cool, actually almost everything I did. One thing is still missing on the list, which I'm always like a big exhibition, which I still wanted to do. I did some exhibitions, but one I'm always have still my thesis. But it was just so cool to making it so real. And I remember it was during the course that I changed my website. And when you would go on my website, I would stand on a black suit on the website, and I will have only business photos on my website and like, you know, and weddings and like corporate stuff and this. And then I just like deleted everything. And I just put like photos from surf and freediving. I remember it was really little in that time. It was just my beginning. But it was that first moment where I started to believe that I can live working in the ocean. So yeah, for me, it was a huge transformation. So yeah, thank you so much.
Oh, I am so glad to hear that. I remember the website changing throughout times, and I remember when you started, and I remember even when you started freediving more and more.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Yeah.
I'm so glad. I think I've been like looking that you're like blooming
Yeah.
throughout your project, and it's really amazing. Also, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it was really such a help. And I think it's just such a revolutionary project. I don't think I've ever heard. I mean, I know about surf therapy a lot, actually, like using it for like mental reasons, like this. But I don't know any other project which applies it like to work.
Yeah, I think
Or
we are still.
is there the one?
I think, to my knowledge, we are still unique. And I think, well, that's it. I think it was like it was a build up that works a lot. I think there is other projects that don't use surf, but that they use like other sports also to empower people.
Yeah.
But I think we are still unique. We would love to grow in other parts of the world. I think in Portugal we will stay in Lisbon, in Cascais actually, because we are focused there. But we love to bring up the project in other parts of the world, and I think one of these days maybe we can like export the idea somewhere else where there is surf, a university, a good community that are unemployed, and so we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I think that would be like really beautiful thing. But I mean, also like Lisbon is a great place to come where a lot of people from all over the world have access. So yeah, whatever it goes, it's already making such a big change to people. And I think it's also that beautiful thing, that personal growth, what you bring through the project, right? That helping like people to become like more like, yeah, to have like that. I remember still in the time you also like proposed like in the mentoring after, why you don't do like a live on Instagram.
Yeah.
And I think I was still so shy, and it was for me, no, I'm never going to do a live. And then I made that small video where you also appear to be hiding a bit still. And I think the ocean is also that place which brings like confidence back.
Yeah.
So much if you catch that bigger wave, if you go on that bay, if you stand up that wave. So yeah, and also like that. Yeah.
No, I think I would say that it challenges you, right, every time, and also it makes you feel naked, because when you are in the ocean, in the end, the ocean doesn't care about you.
Yeah.
Right. So you are just one small part of that moment there, and so it makes you also. I think with surfing, this happens a lot. It's like when you're afraid, you are really afraid. When you're happy, you are really happy. When you're frustrated, you are really frustrated. And I think this is really good because you go like to the basics. And when you go to the basics, you can, if you have the ability or if you have someone that can help you in that, you can really understand a little bit more about you. And I think mainly our journey in life, it's about self-knowledge. It's about the experience that we have and about the things that we want to achieve or not achieve. And also more and more, I think about acceptance. And acceptance, like a big word, it could be the acceptance on what you have, the acceptance of what are your limitations, acceptance of your life. And I think saying acceptance is not being resigned, right? You can dream, obviously, but you need to understand that your dreams needs to be with your feet on the ground so that you can fulfill them. Otherwise, they are just like clouds, and you never get them or you never grab them. And so I think when you go to the ocean, it's like when you feel all these emotions, and you can then think a little bit about what you feel and what you did on that moment. Maybe this is a good thing so that you have more self-knowledge, being more happy, enjoy more the journey. I think this is more and more what I believe these days.
Yeah. And you think what's like the biggest challenges for people unemployed today? Which like the people which come to you?
It's so different.
Mm.
It's so completely different these days. I think for me, I think the first one is that you need to recognize yourself. That's it. You need to look in the mirror and smile to yourself and say, yeah, I'm 55, I'm some wrinkles, I have gray hair. That's it. This is me. So starting on this, what can I do with this person here? And I think this is the main thing. And then challenges are completely different. I think we've been picking up people that just finishing university and they don't know what to do. We are feeling people that are just had a burnout and what do I still have to give back, or people that are a little bit older and they feel that they are not useful anymore. And so it's like different stuff. And I think when you start recognizing yourself, you start understanding what you can be good at, because everybody's good at something, like, and how can you bring that to other stuff, or how can you bring that to finding a job or to start your own project? And I think this has been the journey. It's more about the people themselves than then the tools, they are important, because sometimes people want to do something, they don't realize how to do it. It's like if I went to free dive, I would know how to choose a pair of flips. So maybe I need someone to teach me how to breathe through my belly.
Yeah.
But I know to breathe to my belly, but I need to learn it, and this is more the tools, that it's the part of the tools. Then it's about yourself. And I think this has been, so it's different for everybody. That's what I think it will be. Even in your group, it was different from you. It was different from Panino. It was different from to Emmanuel, to Horacio. It was different for all people they experience. I think different people will bring different things out of the program. And I think this is the beautiful part of it also, because it respects the diversity and the singularity of each person. And I think this is good.
Yeah. And is there any participant where you say wow, that's a story, I think it's worth sharing? I mean, for sure there are many, but is there anybody who say I never would have believed that person, or it's so amazing that she found, I
think, so there is very powerful stories in the program. I think I need to speak this, because I think it was it was recent, and it has lots of impact on me. So we had Vlad. Vlad is from Ukraine, and he had Parkinson.
Okay.
And so when he applied, it was crazy for us, because we don't even know what Parkinson is. So how can we receive Vlad in this program? Are we able to deliver something to him? And then Vlad was a surfer, so he came and surfed, but he trembled a lot.
Okay.
But he was there, and I think in the end he said something that touched me a lot. He said, "So my time, it's very limited compared to all the rest of the people, because Parkinson it's a degenerative disease, and so I can get worse. So I need to it's I need to know where I put my chips to put my bets." Okay, and I decided to come here, and it was really good. And it has been it was really good for him. And then I think a couple of months later, we met on the beach, and so he had a surgery that it's usually today to prevent the trembling a little bit less. And then so he spoke with me, and so he always was I don't know how to say Bengala in English. It's not a French.
Just kind of stuck
that you help to walk, and then he was always with that. And then so we met on the beach, and then after his surgery, and he runs back. So he runs back because he was way better. And so for me, it was, I think, from all the people that feel that their lives has lots of troubles, that it's really hard, that everything is hard, then you need to look at these brave people that have a disease that doesn't have a cure, that the goal is to get worse, and that keep on fighting. And for me, I think it has lots of impact, and it was an honor to receive Vlad, and we still bring him to the program to tell his story, his life story, and so it's really good, and it has been really powerful, I think, for people, and I hope also for him. And now he gets a job. He's also an entrepreneur, so lots of different. But I think it was very, very powerful. It is a very powerful story.
Beautiful that you can receive. Yeah, that you could integrate. That's not easy. Yeah. Tommy today also has like 2 handicapped kids because he's making film workshops here in Munich, and they were so happy. And he also said he came back smiling yesterday. It's like, there's nothing more beautiful if you can make somebody smile who has just such a hard life challenge. Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, let me see. And I think I have the question for why, but I think you already responded it, like why you keep on doing that. I think that would be a moment, right? For you, I imagine sometimes it's not easy, no? Because it's like also like challenging for sure to get the funding. It's a non-profit.
Yeah.
Or is it always easy to get the project like ahead?
No, I think we are more and more stable. I think the why it's very clear for me, because I just want to give back, Yeah. In the end, if you can help one person, it's good. If you do something that you believe that can change your life and other people's lives, because this is not only about the other people, it's also about me, because every time I do a program, as all the participants, I enter one person, and then when he finishes, I am a different person, because I learned the stories of those people, because they shared. And so I think this is really good. I think more and more I feel that I'm a people's person, and I love to share. I love to hear the stories. I love to be useful if people believe that I can be useful. And so I think the why it's more about that. It's how can I give back in a positive way, and maybe have even if it's a really small impact on some people's life, it's really worth. And then all the challenges, they are just part of the way, like it's like the bumps that you catch, is the bad days of surfing, it's the days that you don't feel that you want to go, and it's part of the journey. It's like that. It's not always a happy journey. It's sometimes it's hard, but in the end, when you look back, you think, yeah, this was the best decision that I took in my life. 10 years ago, it was exactly 10 years ago. It was really the best decision that I took to start this project, to keep on commit with this project, to make sure that. So I have like so many new stories in my life that are so worthwhile, and so it's amazing. So that's the why.
That's a big why. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Is there anything maybe I didn't ask, which you say that's really worth sharing?
Well, you asked almost everything. I think. I always, because sometimes we feel that we are overwhelmed with the world. And so when I do also some beach cleanups and forest cleanups actually also. And when I always do that, I always tell a small story that I think it's very good for people to understand more about themselves, which is a story of a small bird and a big fire. And so I don't know if you know this story, probably some of the people will know. So it's a very small bird and a huge fire on the forest. And then the small bird goes to the water with his beak and picks a very small sip of water and put it on the fire. And the rest of the animals on the forest say, man, you're crazy. It's never going to work. You're so small. And the small bird then says back, I know that, but I'm doing my job. So I think the lesson here is, if you are doing your job, it's just fine. And I think that's sometimes if you feel that you are doing the right stuff, that you're feeling the right stuff in the right moment, that's what matters. All the rest doesn't matter. All the reality around it's like you can do the impact that you can have, and then you accept that the others will also do that part that they should have. And most of the time it works. And so I think this is a good story just to wrap up.
It's a great reminder. Yeah. Every small good thing is worth it. Yeah. I also love that you have your insight. Be the change we want to see in the world.
Yeah.
That's it. We can't blame others. We just do our small job. I have one last question, which is still the same question. It's like we already talked about it a lot, but I love to close with that question. How do you get a benefit from immersing into the ocean and into yourself?
Okay, I think when you go to the ocean, you, not always, but you are in sync with nature. And you feel that you belong.
Yeah.
That you belong way more than anything else. You're part of that water movement that's in that moment. And I think so this is what happens when you're in the water, when you're surfing, you're part of that moment, which is truly amazing, right? You use the nature, use the force of nature just to ride a wave. And this is like crazy. And it's going back to basics. And then when you come out, you feel blessed because you were there, because that was like the perfect moment, even though sometimes it's not perfect. But because there is really some sessions that are not good, but every session has something that is positive. If not, you were there. You were on that moment for that hour, for that 40 minutes, for that 2 hours, you were just there.
Yeah.
And this is truly like a bless that I think everybody should try and should have. I think for me, it's like today, I believe I have like two main places where I love to be. One is the ocean, which is very strong. It's changed completely my life, and it makes me took the decision when I was like 20 something to go and follow this dream. And the second one is being on the forest. So it's also being in nature because, well, I live near the forest. We did a walk in Monsanto in your program.
Yeah.
And I still love going there and running there and just like feeling the light in the trees. And being in nature is like one of the most important things that we can do for ourselves. And also like this new stuff about neuroscience that I'm studying, this is completely science proof that being in nature, it's really important for your brain, for your health, for your mental health. And I think when I go to the ocean, I bring lots of things. I think the first one is being blessed. And when I'm out there, it's like the positive vibes that I bring from that moment, and that can fill my week, my day, my summer, because there is no waves in the summer. And so that's it.
Wow. Thank you so much for sharing. That was beautiful. And Antonio, it was such an honor having you. Thank you so much. Really, really great. Thank you so much.
Really honor also that you keep on remember of that moment, and this is really good.
Yeah. No, it was just it is such a valuable work you do, and it's still like, without you, I wouldn't be where I am, really. It's like, it's amazing, the project. So I'm really happy to see that it's growing, that it's flourishing. Thank you so much for listening. It's such an honor having you. If you enjoyed, please like and subscribe. It really helps to grow the show. Feel also free to connect with me on Instagram, share ideas or questions for future episodes. I really hope to see you next week. Bye!